There's a lot of chatter today about the vagus nerve throughout our community, but particularly within the chiropractic profession. So I wanted to spend the next few minutes exploring the importance of the vagus nerve on your overall health and well-being, how its function can be interfered with, and what this looks like, particularly in adults, as well as what we can do to minimize disruption to the function of the vagus nerve so we can all maximize this amazing life that we're capable of. You know, without getting too nerdy initially, one of the best ways to understand how the vagus nerves is to imagine your body as a world-class orchestra, where every organ in your body is a musical instrument ready to perform at your absolute best. Now imagine your nerve system is the conductor connecting and orchestrating all of these instruments in beautiful harmony. Now in this symphony, one nerve stands out as if it's a world-class violinist, which is absolutely essential to the overall performance of the symphony, and this is what we can refer to as the vagus nerve. When the vagus nerve or your violinist hits the right note and maintains the right tone, the performance is absolutely world-class. However, imagine a scenario where this principal violinist is slightly out of tune, and the orchestra overall is unable to perform at its best. The interference, no matter how small, has the potential to disrupt the entire harmony of the performance of the overall orchestra. One out of tune violinist is just like an out of tune vagus nerve, can lead to imbalances on how well the conductor can coordinate the overall symphony and how our bodies can coordinate the overall body function. So your vagus nerve, slightly out of tune, can create disharmony in the balance of our nerve system responses, our adaptability, and consequently how well we perform in every single day life. So how about we get a little bit geekier then into the vagus nerve? You see, many scientists consider the vagus nerve simply to be that nerve that gives the braking type innervation, in other words, slows things down in our body. However, the vagus nerve, or the wandering nerve as it's referred to, it's composed primarily of nerve fibers that carry information back to the brain and the nerve system. So this is where things get a little bit more interesting. You know, it's commonly known that the primary role of your vagus nerve is coordinating and controlling rest and digest, putting the brakes on and balancing us out after a series of protective, fight or flight, sympathetic stress responses, allowing us to pull back, rebalance, regenerate, repair and recover. However, one of the coolest things about the vagus nerve that's not often talked about is that it has a third part called the social part, which is concerned with taking information back to our higher brain and helping our nerve system interpret our environment both inside and out and respond appropriately. Taking information back to our brain like, are we in a friendly place or should we prepare ourselves for a stressful event? Can we truly relax or are we in danger? You know, the vagus nerve is responsible for communicating essential information back to our brain so we can accurately assess our environment and then appropriately respond and adapt to the environment, no matter what environment it is. Now here's the crucial part and why you're watching and listening to this on a chiropractic site. Just like the strings on a violin, the vagus nerve vibrates at a certain energy and tone. This vagal tone then determines our body's ability to respond and adapt to our environment, both inside and outside of our body. You know, imbalances to the vibration and the tone of the vagus nerve, i.e. the strings of your violin, can result in imbalances and then inappropriate responses to what's going on in your life. Imbalances in the tone and the vibration of the vagus nerve, they end up manifesting themselves in so many different ways because the vagus nerve is involved in everything, including digestion, including how we feel, anxiety, depression, inflammation, everything. And unfortunately, with the current medical model of the assessment, imbalances to the vagus nerve, they tend to focus on the symptoms without taking a step back and restoring optimal vagal tone. So what's this got to do with chiropractic then? Now, getting back to the orchestra analogy, chiropractic, it plays a pivotal role in restoring the correct tone and the vibration to your nerve system. Now, numerous studies are beginning to show that chiropractic adjustments improve one of the most important accurate measures of vagal tone, and that's heart rate variability, which happens to be measured continuously throughout the practice in our care plans at Advanced Health Chiropractic. You know, chiropractic can be likened to the master instrument tuner or the conductor seeking to correct subluxations which interfere with the tone and the vibration of the nerve system, including interference to the tone and the vibration of the vagus nerve. You know, we see this every day in practice, time and time again. We see it with results that we're seeing, as well as we're seeing with our updates and our progresses and our investigation using the Insight scanning technology, or the HRV. Now, it just so happens research is catching up and starting to support that connection between chiropractic care, improved vagal tone, and the enormous benefits that you can achieve on your overall health and well-being.